Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Josh Morris, and welcome to the Everything Paranormal Show. So glad to see you, or talk to you tonight, I should say. I'm so happy to be back in the studio, but I'm a little sad because I actually was able to take a road trip just recently. It was really nice. I finally was able to get back out into the field and do some cool stuff. In fact, with a new found friend, Philip Page from Saving Ghosts, we were able to collaborate together. And it required me to drive about 350 miles to somewhere in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm not going to give out his address, ladies. Sorry. Or guys. So, look, I just wanted to say I had a great time. We'll talk a little bit more about it. So I hope to hear from you guys. We got some good stuff. Stick around for this show tonight. Like I said, we're going to talk about some fun things and always some announcements, just different things, all in all. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is, as some of you may have seen, I met Philip Page recently, and we did an Angel phone. We got that from him. You know, my wife and I wanted to get a nice ITC device. We went with the Angel phone, and then, of course, we actually ended up getting the Angel box. So my wife and Philip kind of secretly ordered this Angel phone also, and then really he presented it to me in person when I got to his house. So that was really cool, and he did sign it for me. That was nice. So I actually forgot to give him a copy of my book. I was going to take and give him a copy of my book. I was like, oh, I'm going to go give him something, and I was going to sign it, and I actually left it. In fact, right here, this was going to be the one I was going to take. So sorry about that. Instead, I had to give him one of my autographed lanyards that I do at the shows or the conventions and stuff. So a little bit of trade, I guess. But the Angel box, we finally got it back. We're gonna do a review on it. We always like to review different tech. So Philip, don't be too nervous. But we're gonna do that review just as soon as my wife and I get a chance to film that. But we have played with it a little bit, so I don't want to spoil anything. And I actually got to see it in person, not mine, but another one during an investigation. So, which brings me into kind of the main topic for tonight. And so, hey, Bob popped in, says, hi, Terry Lynn and Josh. So when I was in Pennsylvania, one of the main focuses that I wanted to go there and do was the Blue Mist Road in Wexford, Pennsylvania, which is just outside Pittsburgh. And I actually, in fact, I'm trying to look real quick because I try to be as accurate as possible. So I want to say, okay. So the way I discovered it, for me, and maybe, some of you guys are watching this, maybe you'll understand this if you're a ghost hunter. And I would say even maybe if you're maybe the older school or old school ghost hunter. So, hey, what's going on? Matt popped in from SRS Paranormal. Awesome. So, Matt, Bob, I'm sure you guys may know that kind of hidden rule. At least I think there was. But anytime you travel or you're going to another location, right? I personally like to reach out to the local investigators in that area and just ask them, hey, what's going on in your neck of the woods? What's good to go see? Those type of things. It's just good that, you're going into somebody else's turf, I guess you'd call it. So I actually did. I actually reached out to a couple of the local Pittsburgh crews. And because, Philip Page, he just recently moved there. So in all fairness, he hadn't quite got a chance to explore the area. So it's not like he could just be like, hey, Josh, we have all these locations. he's trying to figure that out also. So I reached out to Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. I want to make sure I throw that out there. Pittsburgh Paranormal Society, they were kind enough to answer back, and they also recommended the Blue Mist Road. So because of them, we were able to go and get some good video and have a good time. Also, I do want to shout out to Steel City Ghost Hunters. If you guys end up watching this, I just wanted to shout out to you guys because they sent me a list of things to do, which I passed on to Philip in the Pittsburgh area. They sent me a list of things to check out. So I just wanted to give you guys a shout out and let you know I appreciate what you did, and I was able to go and have some fun. Also, while I was there, we ran into some people, some locals, which you may see more about, and they recommended some other places. And one of the recommendations I also got, now one of the things that Philip mentioned to me was the Green Man's Tunnel. So not only did I get a chance to go and investigate the Blue Mist Road, it's like a color scheme, huh? But I actually got to go to the Green Man's Tunnel, and the following day, now granted, the following day, I wasn't going to be there till nighttime, so it's a daytime investigation, but I did get into the tunnel, even though it's barricaded, and, so law enforcement, if you're watching, I don't know. Hey, it was fun. Other people do it. So I got into the tunnel, and I did some investigation, and that video is going to be next week. Now, tomorrow night, I believe, and I don't know if Philip's watching it at all, but I think he is going to do a premiere. His premieres at 8:30. We actually coordinated this. I think his is going to premiere at like 8:30, and it's like a half hour long, if I'm not mistaken, is what he told me. And then I'm going to premiere mine probably at like 9:15 p.m. So that way we can all go to his channel, check out his premiere, and then we'll have like a little 15-minute interval for everybody to kind of go and get situated, whatever, and then we'll launch our premiere on this channel, the Everything Paranormal Show. We'll do that at like 9:15, and we'll premiere our version of the Blue Mist Road. So guys, definitely tune in tomorrow around that time, around that 9, let's see what he said, 8:30. So tune around 8:30 for Saving Ghosts for his channel, and then 9:15 for the Everything Paranormal Show versions. So you'll get the two different sides of the same investigation. It was a nice collab. We had a lot of fun. I don't want to ruin too much. The next day, I actually, again, like I told you, I got to do the Green Man's Tunnel. Now, it took me a little bit to find it. It's one of those where there's like, depending on which GPS you follow, I did the first GPS took me to this strange location, and I was like looking, and I'm thinking like, is it down the hill and I can't see it? But then there was lots of trees. There was no opening for a tunnel, and I'm like, am I going over it? It was weird, and it didn't seem like the picture I saw online didn't seem like it would kind of fit in place. So I thought maybe I had to hike back to it, and then I happened to do a little more investigating while sitting at the trailhead. I think it was like Montour Park or something like that. One of the parks there. And all of a sudden I'm like, I found another GPS. It says, you're still like 2 miles away. I was like, oh. So I went down a little further, and sure enough, yes, Billy Bones. Hey, what's up? 8:30 Eastern. And Billy Bones, he was on our live when we were actually going live from the entrance of Blue Mist Mountain. Now Blue Mist Mountain, Blue Mist Trail, Blue Mist Road. Now because we did a live from there. Before we did it, of course, we didn't tell anybody exactly where we were at the time. But now the cat's out of the bag. So yes, 8:30 Eastern, guys, and 9:15 Eastern. So, but that way we give around good dinner times, a late dinner, after dinner. But anyways, yeah, the Green Man Tunnel, I was looking for it, And I had to go down a few more miles, and then sure enough, I found it, and I parked. And at first, I'm like, I look and I see this tunnel, and it's a pretty big tunnel in a way, like tall wise and height wise, and it was half creek and half like one lane road, so people had to slow down, beep, go through. And I'm thinking, how am I going to do an investigation in this tunnel? It's kind of lame, you know. And I was kind of disappointed. And then I did look over while I was parked, and I saw where it said Green Man's Tunnel. I'm like, okay, well, I'm definitely here. I've seen this online. But then I also saw a picture online where the tunnel looked differently. Well, I happened to look up a little further to my left, and there's a little bit of an elevated road. You have to hike or climb this little like 9-10 foot hill, and there is the Green Man's Tunnel. And of course, I went live from there, and then I actually filmed where I actually climbed the barricades, climbed the rock salt, and was up in the tunnel, and did like a spirit box session, EMF, like an EVP type style with the audio recorder as well, filmed and things like that. So we'll check it out. I honestly can't say. I'm not sure if I caught anything. If I did, it's probably an EVP. I may have caught something visually. I have not really reviewed the evidence. So, hey, I see you see me. Just wanted to say that. Shout out to you as well. I saw you pop in there. The Green Man's Tunnel, though, I don't know. I haven't been able to really look over that yet because I've been spending the last few days reviewing and looking over the Blue Mist Road. Now, we did catch a few things. I did, at least. I know just talking to Philip, he did, so I'm curious to see his version, his footage for tomorrow. I think that'll be exciting. Also, guys, if you watch the Blue Mist Road tomorrow, you watch either one of our versions, comment down below if you hear anything. Put some timestamps. If you guys think you heard an EVP or you've seen something, because, guys, remember, there's a lot of trees, a lot of shadows, a lot of things that, again, it's hard to when you're reviewing the evidence. There's so many things to look for. There's no way I can possibly cover everything. So I probably missed some things, So if you see anything, by all means, comment down below. All right. So also too, when you watch our videos, please click like, please click share, because the paranormal world does not get high on the algorithms. So we need all the support we can. So every time you click like and you click share on these paranormal videos, it really helps us in the community. There's like weird noises going on in here. But I know it's a bug, so it's not anything crazy. Sorry, guys. It's like some bug I think is stuck in my studio window. So, anyways, but yeah, guys, make sure you click like, click share. That really does help us out as a paranormal. I mean, any paranormal channel, if you like their stuff, if you watch their stuff, seriously, click like on it, share, because it's a community. Like, hey, thank you. You clicked like on this. But I appreciate that, and we appreciate that as a whole, with the paranormal industry. So the trip was really fun. I will admit, on the way back, I got a speeding ticket. I haven't had a ticket in years. All right. That sucked. My cruise control does not work anymore, and I'm a cruise control type driver. I mean, I'm one of those because I'm very paranoid about speeding tickets. And sure enough, I was coming into Withville, and like I was going a downhill grade, and the speed, how like sometimes the speed gets a little going for you, and you're like, whoa, I gotta back off. Well, I got up to like, I guess 82, and just at that time when I was like, all right, time to let off the gas, that's when I got lit up. And I was like, oh, and I knew I was not going to get away with it. I was like, they're going to give me probably a reduced one. They like to say, hey, We'll reduce it down for you so you don't have some crazy reckless driving. But it sucked because like the whole time, I'm not a speed demon. I really am not. I'm one of those set the cruise for a couple miles over so I don't get a ticket while my cruise control is not working. It won't engage anymore. So Bob said, wow, this is like a Ghost Hunters Eye show, but with people with personalities. It's like a Ghost Hunters show with people with personalities. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Terry said, thank you, Bob. You're a big part of our paranormal family. And that's true. We consider Bob and even Matt and everybody that we meet, really once we get to know you and stuff, and like I said, Matt at SRS Paranormal, Bob Fountain, with Spectral Tech, and I'm still bringing Philip Page in possibly, but definitely those guys though they've really been very supportive of me for a long time. I can't say enough about all of them. I mean, seriously, Bob has been super supportive. Matt at SRS and Al and everybody on their team, they've just been so supportive of Terry Lynn and I, Christina, Dr. Caudell, like I said, Matt, Al, Michelle. If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry. There's so many. But you guys have been so supportive. So I definitely want to give thanks where it's due. So I really do appreciate it. And we try to give it back. We do. We try to reciprocate and we try to give back to these guys. Now, I know like SRS is there. They've got some trips coming up soon. And, we're going to, my wife and I, we're going to try to tag along because some of these trips, they work good in like group rates. So there's some locations coming up. I don't want to give that away, but there's some pretty big locations that we're talking about. So we're all kind of, looking at some of these big locations. And you guys know what I'm talking about. And there's some really good ones out there, and especially even near us or reasonable distance. So we're looking at some of these locations, and we're definitely going to bring that. Now, as far as what I'm going to bring more content, remember, guys, thanks, Matt. And now that I'm going back out in the field, so starting, you guys saw I went live in that cemetery. That was okay. That was just a live thing, like boom. But as far as actually going out and filming these stuff, tomorrow is the official release of my field stuff, of going out and doing sort of that urban exploring style paranormal. So tomorrow, you guys will get to see the first video. Next week, I'm going to try. I was talking to Terry Lynn. We're going to try to hopefully bring you something every week, and we'll try to release it on Friday nights. That way, if we do the show on Thursday, I can usually kind of give you a heads up like, hey, tomorrow's going to be this, we can, maybe even talk about it. And I've got some, as far as guests on the show, we do have some lined up. I came on tonight solo so we could talk about the trip and talk about the releasing all that good stuff. So, and I said good stuff. Sorry. You guys got to keep telling me no good stuff. Don't say the word good stuff, the phrase. So, yeah, Bob's like, my last ticket was about 38 years ago. Just call me Grandpa. Just call me Grandma. Well, that's what I'm saying, Bob. I haven't had a ticket in forever. And I drive like an old man. All right? Or an old lady if you want. But I drive slow. I try to. But, man, they just happen to get me on that stupid downhill. And they knew it. They knew it. And I guess it ticks me off. It ticks me off that there's so many people that blow by me normally. It's like, arrest them or, pull them over. So, whatever. Anyways. All right. So as far as the trip goes, yes, it was fun. I think me and Philip got to hang out, God, I want to say like 9 hours. It was like he was waiting for me when I showed up, he was like, "Hey, here's your Angel box and this and that," and we pretty much was like excited to get going. We were heading there, then we started getting B-roll, and it took a while to hike this. I mean, the Blue Mist Road, which is now abandoned and converted into a trail. Okay, so the entrance, there's a guardrail blocking the entrance, so you can't drive in there. Now, one of the urban legends was there back in the day, you could drive down the road and you could stop, turn off your car, beep the horn 3 times, and then your car wouldn't start. And then, of course, you would get attacked by either something spiritually, or an animal, like a vicious animal, ravenous dogs. So that was one of the urban legends. There was other things about the KKK, with having lynchings in some of the trees back there. A potential witch's house, which I don't want to spoil anything, but you may see some of this stuff tomorrow. Now we hiked literally from one end. Hey, there's Philip. He's in here. It was definitely a dull day. But we hiked from one end to the other. And in that time, there was a couple side trails that we had to also hike up, and that's when we discovered the one thing that's the potential witch's house again. But I'm not going to go into detail about anything with the investigation. And then we went down to another trail, and we made it pretty far up. But this time, we didn't quite see sort of an end in sight. But apparently, after talking to some more locals, if we would have continued further up there, we could have found the debris of a few more houses. But apparently, it's just like some rubble. So I don't think we really missed out on a lot. But we had to walk all that back down, and then we hiked to the other end, then hiked all the way back. And we didn't have any water on us. It was hot. It was crazy for that. So we spent a lot of time just hiking, exploring, getting some B-roll, and then we left, and because we needed to get something to eat and everything. We come back. We went live. We were having signal issues, but we muddled through it, and then we actually was able to start the investigation, and we did pretty good. We were out there again for a while. Then we went live afterwards. Was it a couple times? I think we went live. Maybe, I don't know. We got lost. It was an adventure. So definitely, if you guys want to see some of those lives, just look back in the channels, either on his Facebook or I think it was YouTube he went live on. So if you can look in Saving Ghost YouTube, and you can look back in my Facebook, you'll see some of the lives that we were trying to do. But it was pretty fun on that. Bob's like, I just showed the officer a little leg, and he threw up. Yeah, well. So yeah, I mean, it was all in all, it was a good trip. And I know Monday I woke up, checked out of the hotel. Now, look, I'm gonna confess something, since this is my show and I can do that, and you all can watch or not. So part of my confession was, look, I was just gonna go there, and because it was kind of an overnight trip. I mean, it's 6 hours, but I figured, hey, I'd get there. I think I got there like 10 after 2. Like, literally, when I plugged it in my GPS, it said I was going to arrive at 2:10. And I'm like thinking, okay, well, I'm probably going to have to stop for gas, whatever. Maybe I'll make up some time. Who knows? Literally, after I don't know what it was. I got on the road, and it's like all of a sudden I became like an old man, and I had to like pee every 2 hours. So there's like 2 rest stops and a gas stop. All right. So with all 3 stops, I still ended up arriving and pulling in exactly 2:10. I was like, man, magic internet, right? The magic GPS knew and predicted the future and knew I would get there exactly 2:10. So, Oh, so then, anyways, but with the trip, like I said, the next day. Oh, so what I was getting at. Sorry, sometimes I get sidetracked, guys. You know this. So with the trip, my confession was I was going to just go there, do the investigation, and then when it was late and we left, I knew it'd be late at night. So I figured, I'm just going to drive to Walmart and just go like park in the parking lot, and I'll bring a blanket, and I'm just going to lock myself in my car and go to sleep. No big deal. Get up, run into Walmart, use the bathroom, whatever, good to go. Good to go. But it didn't quite work out for me that way, because at the end of the night, I had to use the restroom. Like emergency bad. Now, my wife, who knows me by now, my soulmate, thank God, she recognized the fact that she knew what was going to happen. She recognized and she knew, so she went ahead and she had already had me booked into a hotel, and used some of our Expedia points or whatever and all this other stuff just to save some money, because she knew that I was trying to save whatever money I could. And so she knew that she was not going to have me sleeping in a car or anything like that. So I owe her big for that, because I made it into that hotel room and, oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. But it was nice. I was able to get in there, just get a nice refreshing shower at the end of everything, and sleep in a bed, and even sleep in a little bit, wake up, and have all my stuff charged. I had everything on chargers. I brought, all that. So it was nice. So yes, honey, thank you very much for the hotel room. So I got up and, like I said, went out, and I knew I wanted to hit something on the way out of town. And the Green Man's Tunnel was one of those things where, because there's so many things around there, guys. Like that whole area of Pennsylvania, there's so many good things that you could get into. But now, again, there was a lot of things that cost money, like the big bucks. Or maybe you had to go like 2 or 3 hours out of your way, but still not too bad, I guess. But so on the way out, the Green Man's Tunnel was a good compromise. It was free. It had a good backstory. So the urban legend on the Green Man's Tunnel was that a man was severely electrocuted, deformed, and had died at this tunnel. But this green glow, I don't know. There's kind of like a couple. There's actually a couple urban legends revolving the Green Man's Tunnel. It's something to do with electricity, a green ghost, and somebody dying. All right, so whatever version you want to entertain, whether it's a boy, whether it's a man, one of them had a name, Ray guy, I think. So, one word, 5 miles an hour, 85. Terrence says, "Oh hell no, your wife was not going to have that. I had to get you a room. I'll be damned if you were going to sleep in your car after driving that long." Rude. Well, yeah, but that was my choice. I was going to try to save money. I was going to try to sleep in the car. I was like, screw it. But no, it's no big deal. All in all, the trip was a little, like I said, it was like a little mini adventure. And like I said, I got to hang out with Philip for like a good, 9 hours. And I got to film 2 locations all within that span of time. So, and it was nice. And the fact that it fell on Memorial Day weekend was kind of nice, because I was able to spend like Friday night and Saturday with my wife, and then I was only gone for that Sunday and Monday, and I was back Monday night. And I think I got back like 10:30, 11 o'clock or something. So it was a good, fun time. And I've got some other trips planned. Like I said, I'm going to try to release stuff for you every Friday night, guys. I've got a few more locations I've already got the green light on. So believe me when I say we've got more lined up. So at least for the next month or so, I should have regular content for you all. Unless for some crazy reason I get so swamped I can't even edit some of this stuff. But I'm getting ready to start editing the Green Man's Tunnel. I'll be doing that through the weekend and whatnot, and get that to you guys next week. So, yeah, what, you almost done? So, other than that, let's see. I'm trying to think what else, other stuff that I had planned for you guys. Did you guys have any comments or questions or anything while you're out there? Because I know that sometimes you guys like to ask questions. We had quite a bit of comments. I think I tried to cover most of everything for you guys. Let's see. I've got another house. One of the places I'm going to be looking at going to. Okay, and I've got the green light. I'll just go ahead and let you guys know just a little taste of it. Is there's a house. Now, it hasn't been lived in for a while, and it is starting to decline. Psionics. It is starting to decline, this house. So I don't know how safe it's going to truly be, but someone did die in this house. It's confirmed. And hold on. It's live. I had to do that. But somebody did die in this house, and there has been activity that's been... This house has been in a family for generations. So, I'm really excited about it. They're going to let me have the place, and I'm going to film it for you guys. I will be in there, and I don't even know. It might be scary enough to make it a 30-minute challenge. I don't know, because it might just be one of those, all right, guys, I'm going to try to make it 30 minutes uncut. Maybe it could be a 30-minute uncut challenge. I don't know. Or just maybe I film it. I have no idea yet. I haven't decided. But I'm looking forward to that. And there's another abandoned house that I'm looking at that I just I got that. So, and if you guys have not had a chance to go back and watch last week's episode, please do that. We had a good chance to have Bob Fountain on here and showed some unique paranormal toys, basically. Some fun things that are not always the common ones that we got a chance to see, like the Boo Buddy, the 360 periscope, things like that. Those are all, somewhat unique things. Not everybody has those type of devices. So it's fun to kind of see that side of things. Don't fall through the floor. That's what my wife said for the thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. When you investigate these old houses, there's always a safety risk. That's why much like walking in an attic, you still want to walk on the floor joist if possible. Try not to walk in between. So it'll be interesting. I really think so. And there's also a barn associated with it too. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Now, if you guys get a chance, don't forget, tomorrow, starting at 8:30 on Saving Ghosts, on their YouTube channel, they got a premiere, 8:30, set a notification bell, whatever you got to do, check out the premiere of the Blue Mist Road for Philip Page for Saving Ghosts. And then 9:15, and then it'll be my turn on the YouTube, on the Everything Paranormal Show, on this channel right here. We're gonna premiere. In fact, I've got it edited. I've got it. I just finalized it. I finalized it earlier, but then I played it for my wife. She's like, "Hey, there's just like 2 little things I need you to fix, audio wise." So, because when I edited, I had it like in my headphones. I'm like, oh, and like I was there. I know some things of what it sounds, but for somebody that doesn't know what I said, it was kind of hard to hear, and I understood her point. So hopefully I fixed that. I've got the final cut ready to go, and I will get that uploaded hopefully tonight for the premiere for tomorrow. All right. Other than that, guys, We'll probably keep this show. I mean, it's been what, 40 minutes, so it's not the normal 1 hour to 2 hour shows. It'll be a little shorter tonight, but that's okay. I think we had a good time. Always the perfectionist. Yeah, you are. Well, look, they always say, right, like behind every successful man, there's a woman, right? I love you, honey. Now, she does push me. She does push me at times when I need it, sometimes when I don't need it. But no matter what, her intentions are good. And so she pushes me most of the time in the good direction. So, could paranormal toys also be considered as adult toys? Depends how you use them. I don't know. I don't know what you're getting at, Bob. Sometimes Bob, I don't know. I don't know if he's going there or he's I don't know. So, but yes. So, anyways, guys, look. Remember to tune in tomorrow on everybody's stuff, and also quit rolling your eyes when you say that. Hey, guys, tune in tomorrow. And remember, seek the truth. We'll see you in the next video.